babalik-balikan. This is how most people describe Japan, and it's undeniable that they have a unique cuisine, a rich culture, some of the most disciplined people, highly advanced construction, and they even offer a good rental prices for home. As someone into architecture and real estate, it fascinates me how this is all possible. As I looked down from above before landing, I began to sense that there were countless things to learn and discover about how this country is designed.
Arch student reacts to the planning ng Japan. Totoo, iba yung hati ng kalsada nila. Wow, nag-aaral na maayos sa planning, sir. So we have this subject in architecture. It's called planning. Tapos, dinidiscuss yung mga comprehensive plan, loose plan ng mga cities. Hindi ko alam kung nag-i-illusion lang kami na may natututunan kami sa planning or iba talaga itsura yan.
At first glance, it seems conventional and straightforward. I mean, this is coming from someone who studied architectural designs for airports, including those by Zaha Hadid. We also have this local airport in Mactan, Cebu that I find incredibly attractive. Walking here feels like watching Harry Potter movie for the second time and noticing all the details that weren't once there. So, could this be the clue to the big question I've been asking? Despite the rain, exploring Tokyo streets was captivating. It's amazing how the city blends traditional shrines with modern skyscrapers. We dined at a cozy little restaurant for lunch and the mackerel was my favorite. But what was even more surprising was that only one person served us who turned out to be the owner of this place. This encounter piqued my curiosity not just about Japan, but also about its people. Speaking of the traditional shrines I've mentioned, a quick tip we'll learn that is useful for your history of architecture is that Buddhist temples often have pagodas, while Shinto shrines are marked by torii gates. Even in the rain, the temple's serene beauty was striking. We bought umbrellas, which isn't on the plan, and as someone who is so kuripot, guys. So if you'll visit Japan on rainy season, bring an umbrella. Then we headed to Odaiba, a man-made island in Tokyo Bay. This island, connected to Tokyo by Rainbow Bridge, was originally a series of ports. We saw the impressive Gundam statue and the replica of Statue of Liberty.
And so while everyone entered the mall, I decided to take this road here outside kasi grabe sobrang ganda ng landscape dito sa Japan. And I believe if dito ako dadaan, mas makikita ko yung mga buildings and hindi ako nagkamali. Ayan! Ganda!
One remarkable building here for me is the Fuji Broadcasting Center. Overall, Odaiba's unique combination of futuristic architecture, entertainment options, shopping opportunities, and scenic beauty makes it a must-visit destination in Tokyo.
Happiest moment, may kape!
It's been a long day, so we checked in our Hotel Oriental Express, which had a common area with a good Wi-Fi and free coffee, and a matcha all day, which I really miss right now. And it's conveniently located near shops, the train station, and our favorite, Don Quixote. To be honest, our architectural journey since the pandemic hasn't been as smooth as I expected. Yet life has a way of surprising us, and it's becoming increasingly intriguing as we progress, much like our adventure here in Japan.
Kung meron man ako isang bagay na babalik-balikan bukod sa Japan, architecture siguro yun. Hindi si subjects though minsan wala tayong magagawa doon. Pero alam mo, hindi naman kasi porket nagfe-feel ka at napapagod sa isang bagay, itigilan mo na. Meeting architecture students and entering the world here in Toyo University, Kawagoe, Japan is unlike no other.
We're now here at the cafeteria.
This canteen setup we used to watch their projects, scale models. By the way, their minimum time for planning is 2 weeks. We also witnessed their one-on-one mentoring with their professors, the design of their campus that holistically shapes them. We also attended a lecture by the wife of the renowned architect Yusuke Karasawa. As someone who usually sticks to pen and paper, I'm intrigued by his use of computational algorithm. And it's remarkable how technology can challenge conventional methods and inspire new possibilities.
And speaking of technology and possibilities, did you know that the Tokyo Sky Tree, with its impressive height of 634 meters, about twice the height of Empire State Building, is not just a landmark but also a technological marvel here in Japan? Plus, for architectural enthusiasts, there are also informative posters around about its design and details. Also, posters naming the buildings that you see through the window.
I kept our photos, I just hid them away. So when I'm over you, I'll look inside.
Of course, this is not Japan without foods, so let's enjoy a delightful shabu-shabu dinner on Yasai. The beef was exceptional, and for me, this is the best meal of our trip. Day 2 was filled with inspiring experiences and insights into Japanese architecture. But as we delved deeper into our exploration, observing the city from above and learning about the students' work and school setup, I couldn't help but wonder, could this all be the result of Japanese long-standing rules? How did they become as organized as this? And where did it all begin?
If you begin exploring Japan, one thing you'll definitely notice is its vibrant otaku culture. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of anime, but I've watched few series like Demon Slayer, Hunter x Hunter, Food Wars, One Piece movies, and one of my favorite series, Alice in the Borderland. One of the best places to experience this otaku culture is Akihabara. It is originally a residential area which is transformed into an electronic hub post-World War II. By the 1980s and 1990s, it has evolved into a center for otaku culture. Today, Akihabara remains a vibrant district for anime, manga, video games, and electronics, attracting enthusiasts from around the world. Another iconic spot is Shibuya Crossing. It emerged in the 1970s and symbolizes Tokyo's urban dynamism and culture. This iconic crossing has become internationally recognized through media and pop culture, just like in Alice in Borderland. Two iconic spots, each a unique reflection of Tokyo's rich history and dynamic culture. I didn't expect much from this place, but it surprised me. I assumed it was a light display like the others I've seen, but it's actually an art museum that seeks to present art in variety of ways. Imagine being submerged in water and filling it in an art museum. Next, we saw the Imperial Palace, the house of Japan's emperor, which lies on the former Edo Castle site and features relics of 17th century architecture. Food time, of course. We ended the day with a barbecue dinner near our hotel. Architecture in Rio have made me see things differently, and I realized it even more in my second visit here in Disneyland. But moments like this make me smile as to how my two worlds are colliding. I mean, look at those stroller parkings that were thoughtfully designed for babies. If you're watching this, Rio, I really miss you right now. We spent time looking for brochures and flyers only to discover that there's a Disneyland app that shows the map and even displays the waiting time for each ride. This level of convenience is so typical of Japan, where every moment is valued. So is this type of practice connected to why Japan is admired by so many? On to the topic of connection, did you know that the Tokyo Tower is a prime example of Japan's post-war efforts to reconnect and build? It's built in 1958 and standing 333 meters tall. It surpasses the Eiffel Tower, which inspired its design. This iconic structure symbolizes Tokyo's resurgence and Japan's ability to blend tradition with modernity. On our last night here in Japan, we enjoyed a delightful buffet dinner at Daiichi Hotel. And you know, salmon and steak are my favorites. So here we met architect Yasushi Nishimura, who shared that pursuing architecture in Japan requires completing a master's degree after graduation. Architect Nishimura is also involved in the Metro Manila Subway project, which dates back to 1973 urban transport study by the Japan International Cooperation Agency or JICA, and after 50 years of waiting, the project is finally underway. After everything, we returned to Akihabara. Akihabara for me is like a bridge from our world to the one we once watched from afar. It reminds me that traveling isn't pulling us away from where we need to be. Instead, it's a bridge that shows us a broader way. We've been in Japan for 5 amazing days. 5 days that could definitely impact my next 5 months or even 5 years. As an architecture fan, I've learned that in 1960s, Japan created something remarkable that has greatly influenced what it is today. The Japanese City Planning Law of 1968, which revolutionized urban development, leading to mixed-use spaces, more housing, and their lower rents. It's not just about breaking rules for the sake of it, but thoughtfully challenging conventions to fix something that isn't working well. And now, I think I understand why people describe Japan as babalik-balikan. Because each day, you discover something new. And just when you think you know it all, Japan constantly reveals new perspective and ways to improve. Kada balik mo, may matututunan ka. Kada balik mo, may magbabago. At sa pagbalik mo sa kung nasaan ka, ikaw, anong babaguhin mo?